Hi, I'm Bart Hanson. I'm the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description. All right, so hand played at Aria.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a 2-5 hand.
Is that a 1K cap at Aria or 1,500?
I think it's one.
Okay.
But we're 1,200 effective,
Okay.
and it's a straddle pot.
So 2-5-10.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's one limper. I'm in the cutoff with King of Hearts, Jack of Diamonds, and I make it 55.
Okay.
And the button's the main villain.
Yep.
He's been calling me pretty light pre-flop. He makes the call, and then everyone else folds.
Limper folds.
Yep.
All right. So your head's up.
Heads up.
Okay.
Flop is Queen of Clubs, Ten of Spades, Three of Spades.
So you got King Jack. You flop open-ended here. Okay.
Yep. So I'm kind of planning to at least fire two barrels at it. So I go for 90 on the flop.
That's a pretty big bet. I mean, that's a pretty big bet. Usually in this particular case here, it's about 125 in the pot. I mean, I definitely tend to size smaller, but you can usually like kind of put the hammer down on the turn quite a bit.
Yeah.
But that's gonna really like. I mean, I'm not saying that he's gonna necessarily fold to 10 when you bet 90, but it's still a pretty large bet. But okay, you bet 90.
Yeah, I just thought he would call me a little light, but I see your point there. So turn comes off 4 hearts.
Okay.
And then I go for another barrel on the turn for 240.
So the pot is 180. What's like 400? 400. And how much do you bet?
On the turn, it's around 300.
300. Excuse me. How much did you bet?
240.
All right. So you're going like really, really strong here. So
yeah,
hero bets 240. Actually, you know what? With these stack sizes, it might not be all that bad, but if you're running like these sizings here, and then you get to the river and you don't have spades, this is a pretty good hand actually to run a 3-barrel with, because you block King Queen and Queen Jack. You would think the guy would 3-bet off quite a bit with Ace Queen. You know, it's possible. Yeah. And also too, when you're betting this strong on this type of board, I think a lot of players are going to raise off their 2-pair and their set. So, you know, it's actually a pretty decent hand to have to run for 3 streets. You bet 240.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm planning to shove the river.
Obviously not on a spade, right? Or like a queen, or maybe even a 10.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's in my favor, you have to run out to my favor. So he calls it 240. Let me go to the river.
So the pot now is about just under. What, just under 800, something like that, and you've got about 800 left?
Roughly, yeah.
Yep, okay.
So the river kind of threw me off a little bit. It's the King of Clubs, so now I have some showdown value.
Sure.
I'm losing to King Queen and, you know, maybe a set of 10s, and then the spade draws missed.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to get him off of those hands, so I think this is a pretty trivial check here.
Yeah, so I check,
and
then he rips it in for, you know, a little over $800.
I mean, he would have to have. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with this guy, but it's really tough for him to have like naked spades here. I mean, what does he have that are naked spades here? I mean, first of all, Jack 9 gets there, right? That's one of the other, that's one of the other open-ended straight draw cards. He could have a hand like Ace Jack with the Ace of Spades, or Ace Jack with the Jack of Spades, who's going to represent front door spades. I mean, what hands here really have missed that are going to rip as a bluff. I mean, I guess he could have like ace X suited. I don't know how, a lot of people will 3-bet ace 5 suited, you know what I mean? Ace 5 of spades, so like ace 6, ace 7, ace 8, ace 9, and he would have to blast those after you've shown a bunch of strength. I don't know, man. I don't find a lot of bluffs here for you to be able to call with king jack. Obviously, you do block a jack and you do block king queen, but there isn't a whole lot there.
You think you could be getting crazy and turning a queen into a bluff?
I don't know. I mean,
queen?
It's I mean, how often are you seeing somebody jam here with ace queen at the end? I don't see it that often. Again, the flop, queen of clubs, 10 of spades, 3 of spades. So it's just, yeah. I mean, I just, what was the deal with this guy on the button? Like, what was he, like a younger guy or what?
No, he's kind of a middle-aged Asian guy. His stack was a lot bigger. He was getting kind of beat up a little bit. He lost a few big pots, and he seemed like he was kind of tilted a little bit to me. So that's why I'm kind of considering the call.
Yeah, I just I don't think so, man. I mean, I just don't think that there's enough. I mean, the other thing too is that the board, traditionally will favor your range. So you've shown a lot of strength by going bet, bet, bet. It's a straddle pot, which means people are playing a little bit nittier, and he's putting his entire stack in. Now, yeah, you're getting 2-1, but I don't think I would call here. I just find it hard for him to bluff. What ended up happening?
Yeah, I called, and then he just said, "You're good," and then he mucked. I tabled my hand, and he mucked, so I still think it wasn't probably a good call, but that's.
So you never got to see what he had, obviously, right?
Never got to. No.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a good call. I would like to, I mean, I always say for etiquette purposes, like that's good that you just turn your hand over. Obviously, if the guy's a recreational player, I mean, some of the worst people in poker are the ones that like wait for their opponent to turn their hand over. If they're playing for profit and the other guy is like clearly recreational, I think it's like one of the worst etiquette things that you possibly can do. Now, if you're a recreational player, you can do whatever you want. You have carte blanche, right? But like a lot of these like just miserable regs do that. Or like these Euro regs versus regs, like the guy like says like good call, I missed, and he showed like I saw one guy like at Commerce last week. Guy says I missed king high. Shows his king high. This is like a very, very recreational player. And the Euro wouldn't turn over his set until the guy either mucked his hand or showed the other card with the king high. Just like miserable. Obviously, it would have been interesting to see what he had here. I just, sometimes these things in game, you get a feeling for it that maybe you can't necessarily convey on a call. But exactly. Usually at this level, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I know.
I think if my hand. Ace king is a call. You think if I have ace king or?
I don't think it really makes that much of a difference, man. I mean, it's good that you don't have a spade. Like, I'll tell you what would be a bad, like ace king with the ace of spades would be pretty bad, pretty bad bluff catcher. You know what I mean? Because you don't have the ace of spades, you don't have a spade in your hand. It becomes a little bit better, but usually that's not going to be a bluff. But yeah, thanks for the call. Pretty good call. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out CrushLivePoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.